Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of 100 Yards of Football. Our producer engineer is Logan Landers. Our host and founder is Vincent Turner, and today we have a special guest. Stefon Adams is a six-year NFL player with the LA Oakland Raiders, and we are so glad to have him on. He's still got his muscles. He's still ready to pack a punch. We don't have a lot of time with him, so we're going to keep this as quick as possible. But Stefon, thank you for joining us here on another episode of 100 Yards of Football. We're so glad that you could be a part of our show.
No problem, man. Anything.
Well,
appreciate it. Appreciate being here.
Do us a favor. We always want to ask folks, when did you know or recognize that you had the talent to get to the next level? If I were to start with a young man in North Carolina going to high school and getting coached, you go to your classes, was that the time that for you kind of open things up to think, hey, wait a second here. I'm not only pretty good, but people around are noticing, I think I can do this, and I think I could do it at the college level. Was that how it started for you? Could you explain a little bit about what it was that either a coach or your parents or somebody was able to convince you that you had what it took to get to the college level?
Well, yeah, man. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me on the platform. And it actually started with my older brothers. I'm from a family of 10 boys and 2 girls. So I had 5 older brothers that played high school football. And so, yeah, pretty much, followed their footsteps and they went on to play college. And so we played from Little League, from Pop Warner Park ball to junior high school. And then I just decided in 10th grade, my sophomore year, just to focus in on football. But I had played baseball, basketball, and I just started focusing on football and track. And so it started in high school. Yeah. And looking to go to college. So, we had a large family, so we had to get away. We had to find a way to college to further our education. So, that was the path. Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about education in a minute, so I appreciate you bringing that up. So 14, 15 years old, is that when you started to bow up a little bit and you go, hey, I can be the house champion. Forget about doing anything good at high school. I want bragging rights at Thanksgiving and at Christmas, and I'm the one in position to do that right now. Yeah. Did the older brother say, you got to sit down, little man? You're not ready to take us on yet?
Well, yeah, of course. They ran the house. They had the ranks, and so so I knew I had to get in the gym. And bulk up to be able to, to stand up against them. Yeah, to hold my own ground. So so I hit the weights pretty good and knew you had to be strong in order to make it to the next level. So I had great coaches too. Had great coaches in high school, and they definitely coached me along to, be a better student athlete, and what it takes in order to get recognized and to get recruited. Yeah. So.
Well, I was a beanpole when I was about 13 or 14, and it's funny how weights will put a little hair on your chest, so to speak. And did you start to flourish in terms of your speed, your strength, and things your junior and your rising senior year, to where you saw that escalation take place for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And one other thing I tell my student athletes here at school and in high school where I coach is, you gotta do things when the coach is not looking. The coach can, he have the workouts and stuff, but what are you doing when the coach is not looking? Because you guys know as well as I do, you can tell an athlete when you look at him. You don't have to tell you. He don't have to give you a lot of sentences. He don't have to give you a lot of verbiage. You can just look at him and say, okay, yeah, you're an athlete. Which sport do you play? You know what I mean? So, yeah. So when the coach is not looking, what are you doing? Yeah.
Well, there's hundreds and hundreds of questions that can follow up with just that. But tell us a little bit about the recruiting process for you. Were there others in your high school class that were getting looked at? And how did East Carolina, were there other schools that were involved? But how did you end up getting to East Carolina? Talk a little bit about that experience.
Yeah. Well, pretty much. We had about two or three other guys. One of my good teammates, Scott O'Kelly. I played linebacker. Actually, I played linebacker and running back in high school, and so Scott O'Kelly, he was one of my good friends, and really, me and him, started in our sophomore year. Just working out, getting bigger, and and working on that process. But it was East Carolina, North Carolina State. That's where my older brother went. He went to North Carolina State, Wolfpacks, and and so North Carolina State, Tar Heels, the Tar Heels, with Salem State. So a lot of schools in North Carolina. Didn't have really a lot of other schools outside of the state. South Carolina. So it was about I ended up going to the East West All-Star game down at East Carolina. That's where I really saw their campus and really met Coach Emery, and he had tried to get my elder brother before he went to North Carolina State. So he said he's gonna get them. He said he's gonna get them some Adam boys there at East Carolina. So
I'm gonna get at least one of them, right? I'm gonna get one.
I'm gonna get at least one of them. So and the other thing is that no other college offered my elder brothers. I mean my younger brothers. So he said you come to East Carolina. He gave me that that offer you can't refuse. If you go to East Carolina, then your other brothers can come along with you. So so I sacrificed for the family and with East Carolina and my other brothers. They came to East Carolina as well. So so we was able to play together. Able to play 4 years. 4 years there together at East Carolina. So it was a family affair.
Well, Stefon, the NIL money didn't exist back in that day for you. So you didn't have car keys dangling or an apartment or anything like that. You didn't have a big old bag with a bunch of cash in it, did you?
No.
You had to do it the old-fashioned way, hard work.
Nah, didn't have that. I wish you did, but no, we had to work at McDonald's and Wendy's to get those few little coins for the weekend. So we had to eat. Yeah, so we didn't have the collectives as you would speak nowadays. Yeah, so it was just it's good old fashioned. Do it the hard way and just collect where you can. You know what I mean?
Now, did you have a tear in your eye every time you had to throw a quarter pounder away? Going, man, I can bring that back to the dorm room, man. Everyone wants to eat. They're hungry.
Oh yeah, you had your little bag, had your little brown bag, taking it out, taking it out the back door, Yeah, so you get hungry on the weekends, man. I tell you.
Yeah. Well, teenage boys are never not hungry. Right? They're never not hungry.
Of course. We always.
I just ate, Mom. Yeah, it's okay. I'll eat again.
Right.
Hey, give me an idea of your experience at East Carolina. Let's talk a little bit about academics. Did you get to study what you wanted to? But more importantly, how did you fine tune your game to where next thing you know, hey, people from the NFL are going to be talking to you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I went in really thinking that I wanted to be a coach, and I went into physical education, which I'm doing now, after football anyway. But yeah, it's just physical education and sports, they just go together. You know what I mean? So it's it's working out, it's being physical, learning about your body and stuff like that. So so it's just a gravitation towards towards physical education. But I mean, it's just I think it's with any even the kids I talk to now, man. It's even with us. It's any guy's dream that plays sports to be at the top level. It's a dream. I mean, all of us. You play to win, especially if you really enjoy it. You want to have an opportunity to play. At that next level, especially if you're in college. If you're in college in D1, Division I, so. That always, is the end goal. And so, just kept playing hard, kept working. And it was an interesting road because, I went into East Carolina as a running back. They recruited me as a running back, and then I was there with Ernest Biner. I don't know if y'all know that guy, but played with EB, and this guy he was he was awesome in college. So so I enjoyed running back, but then they moved to another offense. Maybe like my junior year, they went to a I formation, and so that cut out a lot of running backs. So I ended up moving to flanker. I moved to flanker, which wide receiver flanker. Yeah, it was flanker back then. Oh yeah, the old cats, knows the flanker, and so I was doing well at wide receiver. And really in my senior year, the free safety, he got hurt, and he was a senior, and he broke his ankle in 3 positions. And the head coach, Art Baker, brought me and 2 other wide receivers into the room. He said, and I can still remember to this day, and I'm 60 years, I can still remember to this day. He was like, the situation. He's like, one of y'all got to move. He's like, what? We was like, we was all looking at each other. Yeah, we looking at, we looking at each other because it's all about senior year. Me, Henry Williams, Vince, me, Henry Williams, and it was Ricky Nichols. All 3 of us were sitting in his office, and we was like, hey, man, we about to, we about to get out of here. We about to go to the next level, and so I don't know how I ended up getting that straw. I don't know how the lot fell on me, but it ended up being a good lot. I moved to wide receiver. Defensive back, and I ended up getting drafted as a defensive back off Penn State. I made 11 tackles, solo tackles, which I can tell you our line wasn't that good at all. So if I'm making if I'm making 11 tackles, something is a problem. There's a problem up front and on the second level. Yeah. So and then Al Davis, he drafted me as a defensive back. And Willie Brown came and worked me out at my high school. Yeah, he came and worked me out at my high school, and that was real cool. That was real cool to work out with him, Hall of Famer, and and they say kind of like the rest is history. Yes.
Well, you were a 3rd rounder, so did anybody else other than the Raiders who was also showing interest in you?
Had some other teams. I don't know. My agent was telling me, but I really don't remember who the other team. But I went to the combine. Out in Phoenix. It was out in Phoenix that year in '85. It was out in Phoenix, Arizona. So,
Empty, yeah, Arizona State.
Yeah. So went out there for that, and I ended up running a 4.35. Ran a 4.35 in the combine. Yeah. So got some got a lot of interest on the speed side of it. Yeah. So yeah,
well, it was anyone that likes fast people.
Oh, yeah.
If there's anyone that likes him more than Al Davis, I'd like to know who that is, right? Al is falling in love with you.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy. Yeah. So yeah. But it was great experience.
Before I turn it over to Vincent, real quick, I just want to know what it was. How did the silver and black, when you found out you were drafted by those guys, how did that change? I bet you the girls, everybody around, all your buddies going, man, you're going to go play for the Raiders? Are you kidding? Is there anyone else? I mean, maybe the Niners, possibly the Redskins, because of your affiliation there with Carolina. There are really a lot of Redskin fans back in those days. But
yeah.
What a
Redskins, Cowboys, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was It was life changing, of course. Life changing at home with the family and everything, and got the phone call in that day. Got the home phone call, and so it was amazing. At that time, it was special team, my special team guy. I forget his name. He called, and then I talked with him, and then I talked to Willie Brown. Ended up talking to Willie Brown. Welcome me to the Raiders, and then Al Davis. Yeah, ended up talking to Al Davis. Yeah, so Yeah, man. Man, it was a dream come true. It was a dream come true. Hard work, all the hard work came to pass, man. So the family was stoic. You could tell, they were most excited. Yeah, so yeah, it was great, man. It was great. I cannot complain at all.
Vincent, go ahead, buddy.
Okay,
What up,
Mr. Adams.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Southwest Guilford.
Southwest Guilford,
High
baby.
Point.
High
You
Point.
had to live up to that legend.
High
J.P.
Pocket.
Brown and Ted Brown.
Ted Brown. Yes, sir. Yes,
Tell
sir.
us about that. You had that legend to live up to.
Oh yeah. My brother Ricky Adams, he played with Ragsdale as well. So he was in that core. Actually, him and Ted Brown was there at State at the Woodpacks together down there. Yeah, Johnny Evans. Yeah. So a lot of legends up there, man. A lot of legends. So yeah. Darryl Dawkins up in there too. Yeah, man. So we had a lot of legends up in there, man. And it was just following their footsteps, just doing what the legends do, man. Yeah. So
but then you also set the foundation after Mr. Brown. You came kind of legend because you set the foundation for a very good football player, Marcus Gilchrist.
Oh yeah.
William Hayes.
Yeah.
And then the young man that's playing in the NBA, Bam Bobby with the Miami Heat.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bam.
You had to set the tone for that. But what I really want to talk to you about, your 83 season at East Carolina.
Oh wow.
Y'all ended up ranked 20th in the country at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that team, I didn't even know Ernest Biner played fullback.
Yeah.
But y'all had a very athletic team.
Yes.
Kevin Ingram at quarterback.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you had flanker.
Yes, sir.
My homeboy, I don't care if y'all get mad today, the 901, Mr. Henry Williams.
Right. Yes, sir.
Very explosive football player.
Very.
And I remember the first game of the year, man. September the 3rd, 1983, down there in Tallahassee.
Hey.
47-46. Y'all had them on the ropes, man.
Come on now. Come on.
37-27.
Yes, sir.
But when I looked at, y'all lost that game. Y'all had a pretty good season, man.
Yes.
Y'all played the Florida Gators tough that year.
Yeah.
They had Neil Anderson, John L. Williams, Wilbur Marshall. Y'all only lost them by, I think, 5 points.
Yeah, 5 points. Yeah.
Then y'all played the national champions to a vet.
Hurricanes. Yeah.
Eddie Brown.
Yeah. Yes,
then
sir.
y'all ended up beating Southern Mississippi at the end of the year, and they had a very good player in Lewis Lips.
Yes.
But y'all ended up ranked 20th in the year, but y'all had so many talented players on that team. Norwood Van.
Yes.
Mr. Ernest Biner, Terry Long, who played with the Steelers.
Right, yes.
Ricky Nichols, as you just mentioned. Hal Stevens.
Yes, sir.
The Pirates running that year, man.
Man, you ran it down, man. That was incredible season. I think we had 13 guys that go into the NFL that year, and it was, man. You told the story. It's firecracker, man. I mean, going to Florida State our first year, the year before that, and they was like, where the hell is East Carolina? Yeah, they was like, what? And then we came back. Hey, man, it was epic. I'm telling you, it was epic. And then in Miami, down in Tallahassee, Miami, man, we the Hurricanes, we went down to the wire. with them. And the funniest thing about that is I look back, man, I could have been in the record books, for that catch. And Norwood Van, I don't know how he found his, because I was wide open. I mean, I saw the ball, I was wide open in the end zone. And when I looked up, I was on the ground and the ball was over there. And they Norwood Van knocked the crap out of me. So I'm not sure how he found himself over there, but yeah, it was an exciting season, man. I hate we didn't make to a bowl game that year, but it was great.
Y'all ranked number 20th in the country. In my final question today, because I ain't gonna hold you long, you got the silver and black shirt on, so I know that love is still with the Raiders.
That's right.
You get drafted in that draft class. You played with Jesse Hester in your draft class.
Oh yeah,
Tim Moffitt out of Ole Miss.
Yes.
My man, who I know personally, out of Knoxville, Austin East, Reggie McKenzie.
Right. Yes, sir.
I heard he was smoking training camp that year.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, the Raiders for life, man. We say Raiders for life, man. And and Al Davis, Al Davis took a chance on a small town kid from High Point, and man, that was it was great, man. It was a dream. It was a dream come true to play in the NFL.
Talk about all the great Raider players you played with.
Man. Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson, Howie Long. Oh man, I mean Frank. Frank running fullback.
But this is my final question. But I know you brought my boy in, and I know you was very good to him. I mentioned that you knew Bruce, but I know you took care of my boy. Now, Van McElroy was a hell of a player, wasn't it?
Yes.
But I know you took care of my boy out of Saginaw, Michigan, Terry McDaniel. I know you took care of him.
Oh yeah, Terry Mack came in. And man, he blew it up. Yeah, he blew it up when he came in at corner. I mean, tenacious kid. I mean, wow, speed. I mean, he has speed too as well. I mean, we talk about. Sam Grady. Sam Grady, Ron Brown. I mean, even Eric Dickerson came through there, man. I mean, name them. They came through. Raider
What about my man from Fort Valley, Eddie Anderson?
Big E, knocking folk out, man. yeah, Mike Davis. Oh man, Lester, Mike Hayes. Come on, man. Come on.
And of course, what about Matt Millen?
In the middle, lockdown, Big Matt. Nothing came through there, man. Rod Martin. I mean, come on.
Was Jerry there? Was Jerry Robinson?
Jerry was there. Jerry was there. No, Jerry was there. Jerry's there. Barnes, Jeff Barnes. Man, legend.
Rod Hill, former Cowboy, was there, right?
Yeah, Rod Hill. Yeah. Lyle Zato. I played 1 year with Lyle Zato.
Okay.
Lyle Zato. Yeah. Ted Hendricks is already gone, but yeah, man, legends. I mean, straight legends. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna turn it over. I don't want to get excited because I want to get it back to Harper and Logan, but I'm gonna end it really this time. I'm really into you two teams that you went on and played with, Cleveland and Miami. Now I'm gonna start with some players in Cleveland. Okay. Was Eric Metcalf that truth?
Metcalf, yeah, truth? Yeah. He was nice. He was nice. I ain't gonna lie. He was nice. Eric Metcalf.
Clay Matthews.
Yeah. Clay come off that corner. Yeah, he come off that corner. Yeah. He was a bad boy too.
And then you get traded to Miami now.
Yeah.
Was the Marks boys that good?
Oh,
and what you're thinking about Richmond Webb looking like he gonna get into the Hall of Fame?
Right. Yes.
Talk about those three players, and I'm through.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. You can't forget about Dan Marino though, man. He throw a laser. Played against him, many times, man. They just, you think you got somebody covered, man, but that ball gets right through there somehow, some way. But yeah, man, it's it's awesome. I mean, legendary guys played with, man. So
back to you, Hawk.
It's a who's who list. I was not in football from 85 to 89, and that's when you were making a name for yourself. And I remember watching on numerous times in big games. Buffalo was just coming in. Your games against Denver each and every week. You mentioned Miami, both for and against. And Cleveland was fantastic. Let's not forget the Steelers. Yeah. Every week you played in a game that was so meaningful in terms of your AFC prominence, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Denver and Chiefs, and those games were. You had to get up every week. Yeah, you had to get up every week, prepare every week. I'm telling you, it wasn't no slouch week. It wasn't no slouch week back there, even 16 game week. But you still, you still had to be ready to play, each and every week. Yeah. So, yeah.
Do me a favor and describe this for me. The first time you go to Arrowhead, if you were wearing a Seahawk or a Ram or a Viking jersey, they'd boo you. But when you're wearing the white jersey and you're on the road and you got a silver helmet, it's a special kind of hate they have for you. It's genuine.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
They hate your brothers. They hate your two sisters. They're going to hate your mom and dad. they're going to get all after you, aren't they? In Arrowhead, they
I
hate
had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea what was going on in these rivalry games, man. I mean, because like I said, we was on the East Coast, where we start Dallas and Redskins, and we, sometimes we get the Raiders or whatever, but yeah, man, it's a different type of reception you get when you come in there with that silver and black on. Yeah, it's different, especially when you come into the Coliseum. Man, them Raider fans, they ain't no joke. Yeah, they are no joke, bro, for real.
And if you don't get beat up at the stadium, nothing happened. You probably didn't go, because the Raider fans are going to beat you up.
It's a guys hanging from the rafters and stuff. Yeah, man. So, but yeah.
True or false? Do you remember? Was it Ricky Ellison? His car broke down before a game, and he had to jog 2 miles, and he gave the keys to someone. Do you remember anything like that taking place?
Slightly. I can't say, but slightly. I remember something like that, but I don't know the details of that one. But
well, it all because of the traffic, man. Talk a little bit about how tough you had a 1 o'clock meeting. You better leave at about 10, so you're not going to be late.
Yeah, you better leave, and you better have some more different ways to go too. You can't go the same way. Yeah, you can't go the same way every day. You better have some more routes that you have, and you ain't have GPS. You ain't have no GPS there. You had to find your way around. You had to find your way around LA, man. That's crazy, because we didn't have GPS, man, and we would find our way around, LA. It's wild. It's wild. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so,
it's part of it. Hey, Logan, I'm sorry, we've been hogging the whole show. Give us a little bit, would you please?
Yes, so just real quick, Stefon, so I got to get out of here. But all those stories, all those antics with Mr. Al Davis, those all true that you witnessed, of course. There's some crazy ones out there, and also you got the team. You're wearing the shirt right now. What do the Raiders got to do in this upcoming draft?
Oh man, we got to do a lot, man. We got to get us a quarterback, man. We gotta get us a quarterback.
Yeah.
You gotta get us a quarterback. I mean, you see, man, you gotta have a quarterback. Kansas City. You know what I mean? Detroit Lions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, watch the Commanders. The Commanders coming back on the scene. You gotta have a quarterback, man. You gotta have somebody can command the troops and command the offense. Yeah, defense win championships, but offense get you points.
That's
what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, we got to get us a quarterback, man. Got to.
All right.
When you're done and the career is over, what was one of the things that hit you in the eye first? Like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? Did you prepare for that in terms of the way you studied in college and things that you did during the off season? What was important to you to get yourself moving? Because one thing that a lot of guys don't want to talk about is, hey, I may get cut, I may get released, let go. What do I do now? What was that like for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was bittersweet because I got injured. I ended up got injured in '92, and so went to the last preseason game. To the last preseason game, and so. So it was, got injured. And so it was a, twisting thing on that. So it wasn't prepared, but not really prepared. Not really prepared because nobody want to come out, nobody want to leave on an injury, but the thing is, man, you have to, you got to have a roadmap, man. You have to have a roadmap. And that's one thing that they're doing more now that, really trying to prepare the guys, for, after football, and then the whole thing was, not preparing for, not doing stuff in the off season, preparing for, after your career, and that was the thing that, that the myth that never should have been put out there, because, as we know, for nobody, I mean, how many, you can count on your hand how many guys played 15, 20 years. You can count on your hand that played that long, and so, preparing for, for after football was, I think one of the biggest mistakes that I did, not coming back to, East Carolina at that time, to finish up the credits. you know, and to prepare. I mean, because you could, you know, and everybody talk about now what being the best, what version of yourself, you know, why not back then just really trying to be the best version of yourself back then while you're playing, you know, because it's, you know, the dream come true for us to play even in the NFL, to get an opportunity to play in the NFL is, you know, is a, you know, dream come true. And, you know, and a lot of guys don't make it, you know, even now they still don't make it, you know, and so, you know, but preparing yourself for, you know, for what you're going to do after, you know, after football and make an impact. You know, it's the greatest thing because now I'm still touching kids. I'm still training kids. I'm still coaching kids, you know, even now. So, you know, so why not, you know, for guys now, man, to prepare yourself for, you know, for that day, you know, because it's gonna, you know, it's gonna happen, you know, inevitably you're gonna walk away yourself. You're gonna be able to walk away freely, or, you know, or you're gonna get that slip, or how they do it, phone call or whatever, how they do it now. So, you know, whatever, email, you know, text message, Zoom call by Zoom, you're no longer needed, you know, so, you know, so why not, you know, why not prepare yourself now? But, you know, but I mean, you know, hey, you know, move forward. You know, I finished up my, you know, went back and did my bachelor's degree from Georgia State, and finished that up in 2019. Now, be here in May 25. I'll be marching with my master's degree in art and teaching. Yeah, so.
That is awesome. And for those that may not have picked up on it, you mentioned as early as high school, you kind of liked that coaching profession type. You were thinking outside the box. Obviously, you're still a player, but after you've been through your experience in the college and obviously at the pro level, hey, I think there's something that I can share to help another kid to be a better football player, but also to be a better human being, to be a better person. Absolutely. And because of the requirements, right, you got to have your degree for that. You got to get the teaching certificate. In order for you to get to that next level, whether it be administration, whatever, you got to work on getting a master's degree. Am I close to right in terms of what you did?
No, correct. Yeah, no, correct. You gotta, you have to get your certification. Yeah. So, but I mean, you can be you can get your degree and be a para pro. They call them a para pro. But, you know, in order to be a certified teacher, you have to get your certification. Yeah. So, so that's the route, you know, and then also coaching in college, you got to have your bachelor's degree to coach in college. Yeah. So, so that was the route. Like I said, that's the route into making, you know, and to become that best version of yourself is going back and finish, because, you know, the NFL pay for you now, you know, as long as you invest it, you know, they will pay for your up to your doctorate degree, you know, and so why not take advantage of that and complete what you started and continue on to your, you know, graduate degree or whatever, you know, whatever level you want to do, but it's available for them. Yeah. So.
Now, some people, they stay in their lane, and others they move out of it in terms of coaching. Would you prefer to be a coordinator, offense, defense, whatever, or is the head coach your ultimate destination? What are you thinking?
Well, either or. You know, I just rather, coordinator, I like being on the defense side because I'm a defensive minded guy, defensive player. So more defense coordinator. But head coach, you know, that's an option too as well. Yeah. So absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, any final thoughts, guys?
Mr. Adams, East Carolina in the house, man. 83 season, one of the best. Yes, I'd like to pick your mind, the final question of the evening.
I love it.
We got the Heisman coming up on Saturday night.
Oh, wow.
Dylan Gabriel, Travis Hunter.
Wow.
Cam Ward, AshleyEnte. From the bottom of your heart. Everything out of the equation now.
Wow.
You can only vote for one.
Only one. Who you voting? And I'm talking about not so much the flash.
Sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm talking about pro football player. You just mentioned athlete. Who you taking? Who going to win the Heisman?
All the arguments are out there, right? It's tough. It's tough. You know, and it's tough because it's tough because you got the quarterback, you got Shador throwing the ball to Travis, and Shador done did so much better this year, which their offense line helped them, of course, but those targets, being a wide receiver, those targets got to be in the area where you can make a catch. He made some great catches now, hands down, but I think the catches that he made was Shador put it on him, where he didn't have to make all of acrobatic catches, so that's an argument for Shador. But Travis and playing wide receiver and defensive back on that level, man, hey, bro, that's major. That's major. But that running back from Boise, that boy, hey, man, I watched him on Saturday, man. Hey, man, I tell you what, I really would hate to be on one of those cats on that committee because it's tough. It's tough. But I'm gonna tell you, I put my money on that boy Boise, though. I put my money on that boy Boise.
That's it.
Logan, real quick before I ask you, true or false? Is it only 3? You played with Marcus, you played with Bo, and you played with Tim Brown, right? You played with 3 Heisman Trophy winners, or am I missing one?
Y'all did. Yep.
That 3. Okay. I thought Plunkett didn't make Plunkett win the Heisman.
Yeah,
Plunkett won the Heisman. Yeah, Plunkett won the Heisman. Yeah, Plunkett won the Heisman too. Yes, I played with Plunkett. Yeah, I played with him too as well. Yeah, I played with him as well. Yeah.
Played with 4 Heisman winners. God,
yeah.
Did you? I played with Mike Rozier my first year here in Atlanta, and Rosie had a vote. So all 4 of the guys that we just mentioned that you played with, did you ever get to see the ballot? Rosie brought the ballot.
No.
Man, who should I vote for? Who should I vote for?
No, I never saw it, man. It's gonna be epic, man. This is a tough one. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. I seen Travis Hunter eyes coming down. That boy from Boise eyes going up though, because that boy. No, he's nice. No, he's nice. Yeah, he is nice. Yeah.
Go ahead, Logan.
Stefon, where do you see Brock Bowers in the next 5 years?
So what now?
Where do you see Brock Bowers in the next 5 years? How good is he going to be?
Brock, he's on the path. He's on the path to be one of those contender, tight ends. I think he keep developing. Like I said, we get a quarterback that can throw it. He can throw it to him. I think Brock gonna be a factor. I really think he's gonna be a factor. Yeah. But we gotta get that quarterback.
I get something to throw to him.
You got to get out. You see my nephew, my cuz, Devontae. They couldn't get it to him, so he had to vacate the premise. You know what I mean? So you got to get the ball to him, man. You got to get the ball to playmakers like that. Yeah. So yeah. I played with Kristen. You remember Kristen? What's Kristen's name?
Todd Christian, BYU.
BYU, Todd Christian. Hey man, they don't talk enough about him, man. He was the first down machine, bro. He was the first down machine. If you want 3-4 yards, 4 or 5 yards on third down, you throw it to Todd. He gonna get open for you. He wasn't quick either. He was slow as molasses. That boy was slow as molasses, but he would get open. He would get open though, man.
Yep, they didn't put him in line to block, right? He wasn't there to block.
He was there to catch the ball. He's there to catch the ball.
He's a one-way player. I'm going to catch it, and I'm going to catch it again, but I'm not going to block for you. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Well,
appreciate you guys, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Hey,
yes, sir.
How big are the stories now that you get a little bit older? When you and some of your Raider teammates, when you go back for reunions and all that kind of stuff, can we measure how big they are? Or is it just infinitely unfathomable?
Yeah, I don't know if you can measure it, man. We had alumni here in the summer. It was like over 300 guys there at the alumni event. Yeah, so I don't know how you can measure that. I don't know how you can measure that, man. I saw Howie Long I can see Howie Long in 20-something years.
Wow.
I was able to see Howie Long there. Yeah, man. So yeah. Rod Martin, I don't know how you gonna measure it. I really don't.
Yep. 1 year, 1 day, or one whole career. Once a Raider, always a Raider, right? That's still
Once a Raider, always a Raider. Raider Nation for life.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, Stefon, thank you so
All right,
much. I
man.
know that you're a very busy man. You've got things, you've got school going on right behind you, but we wanted to go a little bit into your high school, your college, and your pro career, find out a little bit more about you, obviously your interests. Thank you for taking time with us, and thank you for your commitment, especially to the kids that you're getting a chance to influence right now, for you going that extra measure and working on higher degree levels so that you and everybody you get a chance to influence gets to reap the benefit of a very smart, intellectual man, and also a guy that can hit, knock you out.
Hey, thank you guys, man. Enjoy the show, man. Enjoy the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you
Appreciate
much.
you guys. All right.
Our special guest today has been Stefon Adams, a former Raider, former East Carolina, and high school there at Southwest Gulliford, in North Carolina. Stefon, thank you again for being a part of the show. For Logan Landers, our producer and engineer, for our founder and founding father, Vincent Turner,
Yes.
and I'm Harper LeBel. Thank you so much for attending one other episode of 100 Yards of Football. Have a fantastic day, everybody.
Silver and black.